Translate and solve key equations and key words. So when we are solving for percentage types of problems, we're going to see a couple key words that are going to help us solve for it. So when we see the word is, we can just think equals. Whenever we see it, we just think that's where our equal sign will go. Then when we see the word of, we can think multiply. We're going to probably multiply that number by another number. Then we can see percent, which we can think of putting that number and then dividing it by 100. So what this all kind of boils down to is a key equation, which is our percentage over 100 times of, which is equal to is. So let's look at example 1 to help us solve for this. Example 1. Leo has a project that he's working on. He estimates that he will need 1,250 pounds of weld. He calculates he has about 45% of inventory already. What number is 45% of 1,250? So we can remember our equation, which is the percent over 100 times of, which is equal to is. So when we look at this, we can see what number is. So that means we're actually looking for what number? It's this number. That's what we're looking for. So we can see a percentage, which will go right here. And then we can see the word of 1,250, which is right here. So let's go ahead and plug all this in. So we have 45 over 100 times 1,250, and that will give us the number we're looking for, which we'll just put as x at this time. So we can go ahead and take our calculators out, go 45 divided by 100, and we get 0.45. Then we're just going to go ahead and multiply it by the 1,250, and we get 562.5. So x is equal to 562.5. And this is for pounds of weld. Now let's do another example. Example 2. A job requires to make 35 connecting plates. A welder finished 26 plates. What percent of 35 is 26? So for this, if we're looking at our equation, we can see that we are now solving for what percent, which is right here. Then we still have of 35, which would go right here for that number. And then is 26, so that number goes there. So let's go ahead and plug in our numbers. So we are looking for the percent, so we'll just put that as x. Now times of, so that's times 35, which is equal to 26. Now we need to go ahead and solve for x. So how we can do that is we'll have to manipulate this equation. So one way to do this is when we have x over 100 times 35, it's really just rewriting this as 35 x over 100, which is equal to 26. Then, in order to get rid of the number on the left-hand side, so it's x by itself, we can just go ahead and multiply 100 over 35 on both sides. Because this means that we're then, this becomes 1, this becomes 1. So now this is times 26 times 100 over 35. So when we now go ahead and rewrite this, this is x is equal to 26 times 100 over 35. So we can go ahead and go 26 times 100 and then divide by 35. So we get 74.29. So this would be our final solution. Now let's do one final example. Example 3. What is 45% of 243? So when we look at this equation, we have our percent here, so we know you can put it in there. Then we have of 243. And then we notice that what we're solving for then is this is. So that's what we're looking for. So when we're solving, so let's now plug this all in. So we have 45 over 100 times 243, which is equal to a number we don't know yet. So we get our calculators out. We got 45 divided by 100. Then we're going to multiply it by 243, and we get 109.35. And this is our final answer.